explain? How do you explain the objective necessity?
Objective necessity.
The objective reason is that made it a logical necessity for a box of that nature to be opened. Who opened it?
Who opened it? Nwajigwiri.
Why?
Reasons.
Awenji. Rwachi.
What can you explain? Do you still ascertain that because ideally in the absence of verification, you cannot tell me that what you are recounting is what was counted. When
there is no way you can convince someone that what you're counting is what was counted, because some of the boxes are open.
Boxes are open. And I think the objective reason for decision is that gave the extent that once it appears, it's just like evidential burden. When the chain of evidence, the chain of protection of evidence cannot be protected, you cannot rely on such evidence. For example, if you are being prosecuted for illicit, or for obtaining illicit money, what we usually in law call wonga, the kind of currency that is introduced in court for evidential purposes must have been kept in such a way that the chain of evidence has not been tampered with. But here, you are now opening ballot boxes. Others are actually opened even before you. How do you tell me that what you are counting and announcing is exactly what was counted? Where is the verification procedure? For you as a judicial officer that you can rely on to announce now that actually there is a new winner.
Okay. That was Mukasa Mbidde. Hey, I have another video of Frank and Ntambi talking about the same issue. And there's another guy who has explained for us. So let's see Frank and
credibility and must stop. Once the integrity of the ballot is compromised, the recount process loses credibility and must stop.
Oh.
In this case, Asimwe Habat, or Goodell Store, or Muli ballot boxes, Bozijeo Abweru, Ebiri, Osanza Sirute Ziri Consumurule, Toza, Ogaloza Store. Yachikola kubanga naye kenyini yachikoze mu musango gwa Kalungu East ne Kalungu West ya ne gwa Seungu Semakula
Tegeza wali abadde agoberera bino high court
definitely ate ko twebuza lwaki kugwa namere ya mwadde mmere ki tukebere oba ya mwadde mmere bani
kigambye nti namere ya mwadde mmere ki
mmere ya nsu tewali mmere okay kakati
namere
talina mmere gye yamwadde nitwebuuza lwaki kubana now sijagenda nyombya mmere ya namere kakati in election cases nkubulidde ekyo once the integrity of the ballot is compromised
once the integrity of the election
the process loses credibility and must stop kakati talina mmere gye yamwadde nitwebuuza lwaki kubana now sijagenda nyombya mmere ya namere kakati in election cases nkubulidde ekyo once the integrity of the ballot is compromised
provided the seal is not on,
the recount process loses credibility and must stop. Ekyo kiri mu standard necessities genda mu section ey'ekinaana eya Parliamentary Elections Act nagisuzemu nga ngisoma. The rule isn't optional, it exists to protect the vote.
The rule isn't optional, it exists to protect the vote.
The candidates yenyinga eyo
muvunulira omunayuganda nti
etteeka eryo si lya kusalawo mbuno olikozesa oba tolikozesa liweeriri okubeera nga liprotecting akalulu so saabeesimbyewo nyo liri
likuuma kalulu.
It protects the vote, not the candidates. Okay.
Terikuuma candidates.
Akalulu kabanga tekakiipingiddwa bulungi.
Tetuli ku candidates.
Kalulu.
Okay.
Kali compromised already.
Kuba box tuzisanze nsumulule.
Definitely.
Protection ya kalulu.
Yes.
Teri ki? Teri safe.
Definitely.
Bas.
So that is what Frank and Ntambi is saying. Yes, I have another important document that I want us to go through. Yay. This is by Ulola Habati. Ulola Habati. Ulola Habati is saying, why continue to count if the ballot box safety seals are broken? Why continue to count if the ballot box safety seals are broken? He's saying, first of all, I congratulate the Masaka magistrate for defying and defeating the weak reasoning that has for a long time defeated the will of the people in the name of broken seals. In the first place, there are other critical considerations to take into account. Number one, it takes two to tango. To begin with, who is breaking the ballot box safety seals? Who has access to the ballot box stores? Can anyone break the seals without the knowledge of the senior election officials, and yet no one is punished? Are election officials working within the opposition to defeat the NRM? This has become a norm because every time there is a recount, broken seals excuse seem to favor the opposition. The integrity of an election recount should not be reduced merely to the issue of broken seals. It should be assessed logically. So this one is saying it shouldn't be a matter of broken seals. Because if I have the access to the seals, then I can break some such that they cancel the recount. That is what he's trying to mean. Hey, all seals can be traced because each one is recorded. In 2021, in Sempija Vincent versus Katabas Francis, a recount was ordered. The same broken seals excuse was given to stop the recount. That is scenario number one. Okay, number two. I'm now convinced that among all the excuses raised, no one has claimed that other ballot boxes seals were removed and replaced with an official seals. Logically, this implies that election officials have a case to answer. By extension, whatever irregularities occurred at the Tare Center were intended to defeat Namere's petition. Whatever irregularities occurred at the Tare Center were intended to defeat Namere's petition. That is important. Number three, according to Namere's consistent narrative, she won an election but later disfranchised by election officers aided by security forces. Therefore, she could not have accessed the ballot boxes with the help of the same people she accused of colliding to defeat her. Remember, in number two, we looked at irregularities. So there is no way people who implanted irregularities that Namere would use them again, maybe to tamper with election, the ballot boxes. So this is what he's saying. Therefore, okay, Common sense thus confirms that Narboa and election officials must have been working together. Remember, she talked about this very point. Okay, number 4. What is even more convincing is that all ballot boxes that were tampered with were not counted. This further confirms the integrity of the recount. My takeaway from this entire exercise is simple. Charge and punish anyone responsible for the storage of election materials in the future to ensure that the integrity itself is protected. Note: the magistrate's firmness and boldness is defying the weak and lame logic that once a seal is broken, the recount must be suspended, may have set a precedent. This is a serious precedent. Yes. It has opened the eyes of many to the fact that tampering with seals is often used to cover up the rot that election officials have benefited from for a long time. So someone would connive with the election officials, then they tamper with the ballot boxes after everything they do to favor that very person, such that when you go for a recount, it cannot work simply because of the fact that the ballot box, the safety seals, they are tampered with. Okay. In this whole mess, it is evident that election officials have been aiding the opposition to rig and cheat in elections. There is no way Namere could have been aided to stuff ballots prior to the recount, yet she was accusing security and election officials of cheating in favor of her competitor. I congratulate His Worship Asimwe once again for defying the sick and lame logic surrounding broken seals, and I also congratulate Namere Justine for being assertive and recovering her victory. This is very good. Thanks so much, Aurora Herbert Anderson. Thanks for this narrative. What are people talking about? What are people saying about this situation? What are they saying? Okay. Rubegaruthi. Some ballot boxes were completely empty without ballots. Yet people voted. Where did those ballots go? You are fighting so hard to be appointed an RCC again. Obwavu kuruma ononya